What's up, Marvel fans? It's your boy Armand here for E equals MCU, and looks like word in these internet streets is saying that Marvel's developing a spin-off show for Kathryn Hahn's Agatha. The long-awaited. It was Agatha all along. This is breaking news today. Just to kind of go on there, I got an article here with the details on it. But when I first saw this news, I was happy to hear that because I feel like she deserves it. She's definitely stood out in that show, and it'll be interesting to see what story they decide to tell. But let's get into this article and see what the specs are on this. Now, while many would agree the small screen branch of the Marvel Cinematic Universe was spearheaded by the success of WandaVision, the Emmy-winning Disney Plus series was directed by Max Shakman and written by Jack Schaefer, and it reunited Elizabeth Olsen's Wanda Maximoff with Paul Bettany's Vision. The reunion was a bittersweet moment for the heroes since it was revealed in the later stages of WandaVision that their perfect married life was a lie, thanks to Wanda's hex powers. WandaVision featured many supporting characters, but one of the clear standouts was Kathryn Hahn's Agatha Harkness. The character was originally portrayed as Wanda and Vision's nosy neighbor, but it was later unveiled that she was a witch from Salem. Hahn's performance as Wanda's nemesis earned her an Emmy nomination, but the character's future is still unknown. Now, it seems that things are looking up for the WandaVision villain thanks to a new report. Kathryn Hahn is set to lead WandaVision Disney Plus spin-off. Variety shared that a WandaVision spin-off starring Kathryn Hahn is in development at Disney Plus from Marvel Studios. The outlet revealed that Hahn would reprise her role as Agatha Harkness in the series, which is being described by their sources as a dark comedy. WandaVision head writer Jack Schaefer was reported to serve as the writer and executive producer of the series should the spin-off go forward. Variety revealed that Marvel Studios had no comment, as well as the representatives of Schaefer and Hahn. Meanwhile, Deadline pointed out that Hahn's potential spin-off is part of a larger deal she has made with the studio, and it was also noted that the actress will reprise the role on both the streaming side and the movie branch of the MCU. So it was Agatha all along again. The latest reports is a positive sign for these fans wanting to revisit the WandaVision world again. It's no secret that Agatha All Along was a smash hit when it debuted in the series, and there's a good chance that this song will be revisited in the potential spinoff. It's even possible that the Emmy-winning track could end up serving as the main theme of the spinoff, which I think that would be smart. Meanwhile, many would agree that there's still a lot of mystery surrounding Kathryn Hahn's Agatha Harkness. Even though she made a major impact in WandaVision, the spin-off series would give Marvel Studios a chance to fully explore Agatha's past in Salem and her origins in witchcraft. It also presents the opportunity to showcase where Agatha was during the events of an Infinity Saga, leading up to the fondness for Wanda Maximoff. It also allows the studio to give further meaning to Agatha's ending in WandaVision. So I see what they're saying there is that they're thinking this is going to be more of a prequel to WandaVision, kind of going over things, and then it'll probably end where she decides to enter the Hex, or how she got into the Hex, or how the whole WandaVision thing came along. It could serve to explain some things further. Also, in note, what they were saying about Kathryn Hahn and playing the role is that she has a deal potentially where she signed a multi-picture deal plus the series, because there are rumors that she's going to be popping up in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, which was hinted at in WandaVision when she said, you're going to need me, and you just wait and see, you're going to need me. So that is in the works. Now, here to finish the article, it goes on to say, the Elizabeth Olsen-led series ended with Wanda leaving Agatha stuck in Westview as her original role in the sitcom The Nosy Neighbor. In an interview, Hahn described this ending as a nightmare to her character, and it seems that this description would likely be explained further in the potential spin-off of it moving forward. It also is fitting that the series is being described as a dark comedy since it complements the tone and personality of Agatha. Hahn's reported deal is also a welcome development for both the actress and the character, since it gives her the opportunity to interact with other mystical figures in the MCU like Benedict Cumberbatch's Doctor Strange. So that's the end of the article there. Not much to add on to it, but the fact that she was reading the Darkhold, that can kind of sum maybe that whole thing up with how she got the Darkhold. She had to have been studying it when she was in Salem, because the reason why the witches turned on her is because she was studying dark magic. So I mean, that kind of puts it together. They could dive in deep into this. I don't know, man. I don't know how to feel about this. It'll be interesting to see if they can kind of strike lightning twice, because I kind of feel like WandaVision, they struck lightning with it, and itself, it's deserving of a spinoff, yes, but I'm not really sure where else they could go with her character as far as story and tying her into the mythology of the MCU. Now, some other, more knowledgeable comic fans might know of, where they can kind of take that character and who she's tied to, but from my understanding, they changed a lot in Feige's vision for this. They really did update her and change a lot of her storyline to kind of fit what they did with WandaVision. And I think, I've talked to a couple people, couple comic book fans that are, hardcore comic book fans, and some of the comic book fans, like I know I have family members who are, real hardcore comic book fans, and they did not like WandaVision. And the reason why is because it didn't follow really any story or anything from the comic. It was almost like a spin-off from the stories of the comic, in a sense. And I've had a few comments in my comment section saying, Kevin Feige just rips things from the comic books, and there's the whole thing going on with the creators suing, and it's a fight over money and everything because they're now successful. But the one thing I think that Kevin Feige does not get credit for is it's an adaptation of the comic books. I don't think he's ever in any of the movies with any of the storylines just taken what was in the comic books and then applied it on film. I mean, there's certain, shots and scenes and stuff that are throwbacks to the comics, but for the most part, they have to adapt the stories. And with WandaVision specifically, and I don't know of any other instance of him doing this, but with WandaVision specifically, that was totally Kevin Feige's idea. I mean, Max Shackman and Jack Schaefer both said this. If you watch the extras for WandaVision, this was totally an offshoot idea of his. And yes, in that he took some of the things from the Vision comic and from Wanda's comic and kind of combined them into this. But this whole idea of doing a sitcom and having it sitcom based and having her Wanda be into sitcoms as to explain why they were all different sitcoms, that was all Kevin Feige's idea. So and really, to me, the reason why I have WandaVision rated so high on my MCU projects list is because for that fact, it is an original idea. It was something original, at a time when you have all of these filmmakers criticizing Marvel Studios for being cookie cutter and not taking any chances and being different. I kind of feel like WandaVision doesn't get the credit it deserves from the standpoint of it just being an original idea and how well it was executed. I mean, each episode, the actors had to change their tones to fit that time period that they were doing. That's not easy to do. And the makeup department and the art department and the people doing the sets and everything, they were so spot on with each episode. There was really a level of quality to that show that I feel like, yes, it was nominated for Emmys, but it should have won. Like, I really feel like Elizabeth Olsen probably should have won. Some of those other shows and stuff are great, but I just kind of feel like because they didn't take into account what her character was when she got it, and then what she turned the character into, and how well she executed each genre that they were doing in that show. To me, that show as a whole was just slept on. I'm glad it was nominated, but they should have won some more Emmys, in my opinion. But I digress. Anyways, I want to know how you guys feel about this. Are you excited about Agatha getting her own show? If you ever, I implore you, if you've never seen the behind the scenes for WandaVision, go on Disney Plus and watch it, because you kind of get the sense, you can kind of see how Catherine Hahn approached the character, and how it kind of just fit her perfectly, and how she really took the character and made it her own, and she made it lovable in a way, even though she is a villain. Like, she just captured, she nailed that. And if they can do that for her show and nail that, and then maybe tie in some things with the darker stuff, because the MCU is going darker, so they could, you know, explain some darker stuff and introduce darker characters and stuff through that. So I don't know, it'll be interesting to see, guys. So let me know how you guys feeling in the comment section. Are you excited for this? Are you ready for Agatha Harkness spin-off show? When is this coming? Because it did not say. But let me know down in the comment section, yay or nay on this spin-off, and how you felt as a whole about her as a character and who portrays her as in Catherine Hahn. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe, and I am out.